marriage. And before I got married, I wish I would have known what. All of this because we're going to be talking with Bob Lepine coming up in just a couple of minutes about his book called Love Like You Mean It. But also, everybody that participates in the conversation, whether you text or you call, we're going to put you in a drawing for some great food from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, some sandwich cards will be sent your way. So give us a call. Join the conversation at 800-221-9356 like Patrick. Before I got married, I wish I would have known how broken I was and how unprepared I was to be married. I don't think you're alone on that one, Patrick.
Yeah, that's right.
It shows it does really grow you up.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it sure does. Thanks for being transparent, Patrick. We sure appreciate that. So, let's just pray for everybody that's married, that we would be, that the Lord would help us to know that other person better. And for those that aren't married, that He would prepare people for that time of life, that season of life.
Right.
And
He's got it right, though. We're all flawed.
Oh, yeah.
And so going into marriage thinking you're going to get a perfect person or that you're a perfect person.
Yeah. It's kind of like that litmus test, isn't it? It really kind of shows you the truth.
Right. The truth is we're all flawed.
Exactly. That's right. Anyway, so if you want to participate, I wish I would have known blank before you got married. What is that? And we're going to put everybody in a drawing for some great food from Chick-fil-A, which we'll draw for about 9 o'clock or just before anyway. It's 7:01. Here's Johnny Diaz with Beauty of the Cross on Moody Radio Quad Cities. Hi.
Hi. Happy Monday. Here we are.
Here we are. And there you are.
Jeremy's celebrating a special day today.
He is.
He's been here for 5 years.
Right?
Yep, haven't left the station in 5 years.
We just give him some food through the crack of the door every now and then, and no.
Wait, I'm supposed to go to the crack in the door for food?
Oh, you haven't been? Well.
Yeah, it seems like that because you're here in the morning and you're here at night.
So, Jeremy,
thanks for doing that for 5 years.
Yeah, right.
Here's to 5 more.
So, Jeremy, did you add something new to our live stream?
Yeah, I'm testing out. There's a little
our logo
watermark
and website down at the bottom there.
Yeah,
I noticed that. That's kind of
neat.
Yeah, getting all fancy
I
on
know
us.
it. Look at him.
Wow.
A 5-year anniversary. He gets all fancy.
I don't know how you figure all these things out. Like, how do you do that? You just...
I'm not going to lie. A lot of times we have a sister station in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Who they have their own show, and I'll see them do something. And I'll be like, how'd they do that? And then I'll investigate.
Well, good for you. For you.
That's what radio's all about. I've learned that, there's really no new ideas.
I
We just
know.
steal everything from everybody else.
You let the cat out of the bag there.
Well, why hide it? Let's just be honest and
That's
upfront.
Thinking of being honest, we're talking about marriage.
Yeah.
And what you wish you would have known before you got married. Is there something that you wish you would have known? I actually read this on a website about this person said they wish they would have known that you marry the family and not just
Oh, yeah?
the
I can see-
person.
yeah.
And I thought that is a really good thing to know before you get married. Because when
is.
you get married, you not only marry that person, you marry their family.
Yeah. That's true. Mm-hmm. And all the craziness sometimes that comes with it.
And they marry your family too. So
And
yeah,
all the craziness that
it
comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a blessing, though, for me with my in-laws. They've been really a blessing to us. We all have our moments, and we all
Right.
have our true colors that come out from
Right.
time to time. But, they've been very welcoming of me into their family. And what's really neat is that my mother-in-law, I'll tell a story. I know I got 30 seconds before
Okay.
the song's over with, but one of the first times I went over to my wife's house for dinner, we weren't married yet, of course, and we were dating, but we went over for dinner, and I started joking with Debbie's mom. And the look that I got from Debbie was like, I can't believe you're doing that. And I'll tell you more
Okay.
in a minute.
Oh, the rest of the story's coming up.
That's Johnny Diaz with Beauty of the Cross on Moody Radio Quad Cities at 7:05. Good morning. We are live streaming on Facebook even as we speak as well. If you want to go to Ken and Deb in the morning, you can check that out. But also, we'd love to hear what lessons you've learned about being married. Like, before I got married, I wish I would have known what?
Phyllis says, I wish I would have known just where the Quad Cities was. It's so far from my family.
Because she's from New York, right?
She's from New York,
Yeah.
and she met her husband at the Moody Bible Institute.
Okay.
And then they were married and went to France for over 20 years, ministering there, and now they're back, retired. So, Yep. So now,
So now they're long
now she really
way.
knows where the Quad Cities are.
That's right.
We're
exactly.
glad to have you here. Phyllis.
That's sure. We sure are. And so thanks for joining us this morning as well. But everybody that enters, whether you put your name in on Facebook or you text us or you call us, before I got married, I wish I would have known what. We'll put you in a drawing for some Chick-fil-A goodies.
Yeah, we'll be giving those out at 9 o'clock this morning. So, and we just want to have a great conversation about what you think that, you need to be prepared when you get married.
Right.
Because it's not always like it's seen, not always, probably never like it's seen on TV or
Right,
movies
yeah.
or anything like that.
Most problems aren't solved in 43 minutes.
What?
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. Now, they could be.
Uh-huh.
Some things could happen. But for the most part, it takes a little time
Right.
to
It's a
figure
little
things
different.
out. That's
It's
right.
a little different than all the,
Yeah. Exactly.
Cinderella.
So let us know. You can get a hold of us. Either make a comment on our video on Facebook, or you can call or text us with, before I got married, I wish I would have known what? 800-221-9356. All right. So we're over at my in-laws for our first dinner. And so I'm kind of joking with Debbie's mom. And everybody at the table has kind of got that look of like, uh-oh, I can't believe he's doing this. What's he doing? So I found out later that nobody jokes with her mom.
Oh,
She's a
really?
very serious person. And so she doesn't, she didn't normally take
Not the
jokes very
joking
well.
time.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But she was just having a ball when and I was just teasing her and joking with her. And so that's been kind of my in,
Uh-huh.
with the
That's
family in a way.
neat,
And ever
Ken.
since, I've been able to joke with her. When nobody
Aw.
else cans, I'll kind of just do something that's, and it brings up a lighthearted, and it just goes well. So it was one of those things that it's pretty cool.
That's so
that we
endearing.
have.
That's really neat. Yeah,
Yep.
she probably looks forward to when you come so she can,
Oh yeah.
get a laugh.
Yeah, and then, and the thing about it is that now my wife's sister, her husband Phil, is kind of the same way too.
Oh, neat.
We're kind of the two that can, kind of get her, and joke with her. So that's been kind of a neat thing to have happen.
Well, I bet it's because she knows you love her and you know
Oh, yeah.
that you care about her, and it's not a crass kind of joking, but
Right.
just a fun, loving
Oh,
type
yeah.
thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So it's been pretty cool. We had a little bit of a rough start, marriage wise and everything, but it's been great. 37 years. So been cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
So Heidi says, rose-colored glasses, take them off and listen. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Also, I was seeing that somebody else said something to Jeremy. Where was that now? Happy anniversary, Jeremy. Lori says that.
Thank you, Lori.
David said really helped our marriage was premarital counseling.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. That's very
stuff.
wise advice.
it is.
Too early.
10 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is great to have you with us. And, you've probably heard on our station the little broadcast called Today in the Word Devotional, which we've been having on the air for years. Maybe you also get the printed version in the mail. And as a supporter of Moody Radio, you get that every month. Well, now we have the Today in the Word app you can get for your tablet or your phone.
So you can put it right on there, get to it every morning to have your devotional for the day. And they also have a lot of study tools, too, as well. So check those out. This month they have a special study guide for kids that you can do with your children or your grandchildren on the book of Joshua. So check that out when you download Today in the Word app.
Yeah, and you can also set your notifications on it, too, to where it'll pop up with a memory verse for that day that you can have come up and remind you to study God's Word. So that's kind of a nice feature. So anyway, just where you go to get your apps, just look for Today in the Word. 7:11, here is Hillsong Worship. Oh, praise the name on Moody Radio Quad Cities. So how about that storm, huh?
Well, that was something else. It was so loud. I was telling you, we were watching the series The Chosen.
Yeah.
And Nicodemus said, "It is commanded." And as he said that, the lights went off. Everything went off. I mean, it was perfect timing.
That's funny. That is funny. At least it wasn't God saying, "Let there be light," and then...
Oh, and by the way, that's a great series. If you haven't seen it, it's just really good. Have enjoyed it.
Yeah, we just started watching it last night. Watched the first episode. So if you're not familiar with it, it's really cool because you can download the app,
Right.
the Chosen app, and then you can either watch it live or you can actually download the episodes onto your phone or tablet, and so you have them and you can watch them. And they're almost funded for the second season.
Right.
They only have one season so far, and I think there's 8 episodes. But then they're halfway to their funding, I think, for the second season. They're going to keep it going. But, yeah, it's really good. So what's your favorite part about it so far?
I like the way they portray Jesus. I mean, I don't want to give anything away.
Sure.
He finds delight in his creation and in things. And I don't think I've ever seen Jesus portrayed that way before.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Okay.
I'm like, why wouldn't he find delight
Yeah.
and have not slap happy fun, but just be joyful
Sure.
at things.
Right.
Like at the
A
wedding.
human emotion, right?
Right. Right. He's like at the wedding, he's joyful. He's happy for them. He celebrates. He
That's cool.
dances.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've only watched one episode of it. But I just like the character development so far of how they're developing the different characters in the story and in the Gospels. And so, yeah, it's called The Chosen.
It's an interesting portrayal of Matthew.
Yeah.
Just I'm gonna FYI.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
So your mom, Jeremy, wants to know how your drive to work was.
You know, it was a little difficult. There was like writing on the back of my vehicle, and it made it a little difficult to be able to see out the back. Some vandals at work last night. Gotta be on the eye for those.
So what was on your vehicle? What did it say?
I mean, it wished me a happy anniversary.
Did you post it?
I haven't posted
All
them
right,
yet.
post it right there under the
somewhere.
somewhere.
I have to wait. While we're live streaming, you can't put pictures in the comments. So you have
I
to
want
wait
everyone
till.
to see it. Your mom did such a nice job.
So that'll be a tease for later. Go to Ken and Deb in the morning. Later, you'll see the pictures.
Yep.
Giving her a hard time. So Doreen was commenting on the storm. She said it was amazing with all the lightning and clouds. So thankful for that 9/10 of rain.
Yes.
And boy,
I think
we
you can hear
are
all
so
the crops
dry.
and gardens going, ah!
Yes.
There's Hillsong Worship and Oh, Praise the Name on Moody Radio Quad City. It's about 7:15 on this Monday morning. It is Ken and Deb here, and we're going to talk with Bob Lepine coming up from Family Life Today here in about 15, 20 minutes or so about his new book called Love Like You Mean It. And so we'll find out about that and some interesting aspects about, what does real love look like to you?
Yeah.
Maybe you could comment on that as well. We're also doing the before I got married, I wish I would have known, and you fill in the blank. Well, what does real love
Yes.
look like to you?
Yeah.
Maybe you've had that expressed because of being married to somebody that shows it.
I think we have a kind of skewed view of what love
Sure.
is many times, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else. So, what does love look like? If you've been married for any length of time, it goes way beyond just the good feelings,
Right.
the tingles,
Right, as Gary Chapman would say,
the tangles.
the tangles.
It goes way beyond that.
Yeah, it sure is. So what does it look like to you? Or you can fill in the blank. Before I got married, I wish I would have known. And we're going to put everybody that participates in the conversation either on Facebook, texting, calling. We'll put you in a drawing for some Chick-fil-A sandwiches we'll draw for about 9 o'clock this morning. So let us know, 800-221-9356.
So we have some people that are actually finishing that sentence. Before I got married, this listener said, I wish I had known how to cook.
Okay.
And Mike says he wish he would have known the Lord. Boy, that makes all the difference.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Heidi also chimed in and said that wish she knew that there was a difference between being alone and being lonely.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It's really good. Some great things. Yep. Phyllis went on to say that real love is hard work.
Yeah. that's
32
true.
years is not always bliss. Real love forgives. Amen.
Yeah. Speaking
Could bring you either apart or closer together.
right.
So great comments this morning, and so nice to see everybody's name up here. And thanks, Don, for listening in this morning as well. We just so appreciate you guys, and
Yeah.
thankful we can start a Monday here. Hope your yards all look okay this morning. I know a lot of people had trees down and limbs down and loss of power, but I think everything should be back to normal right now,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I don't know, Jeremy. Phyllis said my sound went
Yeah.
out. I don't know what's happened there.
The stream disconnected for a second.
Ah, that's it. That's why it happened, Phyllis.
I would tell them, but they can't hear me. They wouldn't have been able to hear me until it came back, which it should be back now.
Okay. Yeah, your mom says it's back, so.
So I'm looking forward to talking with Bob Lapine. We haven't talked with him for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's such a great host to Family Life Today.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he has a lot of experience. And he's also talking about that a lot of people have a kind of superficial idea of marriage and don't really realize all that it takes to stay married.
Yeah. Mary said a good sense of humor is important, and knowing that only the Lord can change someone.
Oh,
That is
yes.
true. That is true. I've seen a lot of marriages that have not been successful because one person's trying to change another person to conform to their way of what they want. And it's not going to happen. It doesn't work that
No.
way,
No, that's really, and Joe said love is a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice that we make
we
every
go.
day. It's good.
7:19, Ken and Deb here, as we are also live streaming on Facebook right now. You can check us out there. It's our mid-morning show coffee break that we have every morning from 7 until 7:25, talking about various subjects and also bonus material that you don't get while we're on the air. I do tell some stories sometimes that you won't get.
They're all still G, though.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
not like
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't turn
not-
into a sailor
Yeah.
or anything when I go on Facebook, all right?
just want to make sure people
Nothing
know
like
it's
Thanks
the
for
straight and
clarifying
narrow.
that, Deb. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's just because we get into conversations.
Right.
It's just like we do when we're not on the radio and when we're not in the studio. We all have kind of a conversation that goes on all morning long too. So you get to kind of get a glimpse of that.
It's like we're all in the pancake joint, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
We're in different tables and we're talking with one another
Yeah.
as, you know, we enjoy some breakfast together and
Sure. Yeah.
So,
kind of
yes.
thinking of us at the family table.
right
you
at the
know,
family table. Yep.
just sitting around swapping stories. Yeah, it's pretty good. So anyway, if you want to join us, we're on Facebook Live right now. We're streaming there, so you can check us out. But if you want to get in the drawing for some great Chick-fil-A sandwiches, we're talking about marriage this morning.
And we're asking you the question, what you wish you would have known before you got married.
Sure. Or what does real love
And
look
what
like?
does real love look like? Yep.
Yeah.
Either of those questions, if you want to chime in on the conversation and get us thinking about what love is.
Right.
I mean, the society, the culture has a definition for love. Is that what love really is?
Yeah. Right. Or is it different? How does God define it? What do you think? Joe said love is a choice. It's a choice that we make each day. That's good. Good word, Joe. Let us know, 800-221-9356. News coming up. Here's Chris Tomlin, and Is He Worthy?
Lori says, I wish I had known marriage works better when Christ is in the center of it all.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that illustration of that triangle where you have the husband and wife
Right.
and you have Christ up here, and as they grow closer to Christ, they grow closer together.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Very good. So that's going to wrap it up for our morning show coffee break today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the nice temperatures and still chime in on our topics either by calling or texting us 800-221-9356.